Welcome to the Solemn Vanguard channel. Today we are having a look at another deck skeleton. Again, this is just a guideline to get you started with a clan in Premium. You can absolutely change some things to make it suit the format, suit yourself. Go ahead, add some spice. This is just a solid guideline to get you started. This is my personal little Aqua Force list, and the goal is to draw 20,000 cards. So we start in the G zone with 2 Lambros. Lambros is just a one stride that really lets us play without CB. So if someone's denying you, Lambros is the boy. We have a Dismal, which is fine if you want to protect something. Ice Barrier, really, we have such shit G-Guard. It's all you got. And then we have 2 Ioannis. This is pretty good because you want to flip up your G-Zone in order to get your Alexandros to make insane amounts of buffs. Then we have 1 Ractome. Again, you want to be able to get rid of some bad cards in your hand sometimes and maybe draw into an answer. Megiddo. Megiddo is solid. Sometimes they blow up your field, they blow up your hand. You have your last ditch effort, Megiddo, and just pray. Then we have 2 Alexandros. Usually our finisher stride, this thing gets bigger the bigger your G-Zone is face up, and that then just launches a barrage of attacks. Then we have 2 Galophilia. This is a really good G-Guard. This G-Guard can be flipped back in order to CC, so we usually want to flip it off Alexandros, and this way always have access to some CC. 1 Bala Arena, just a really solid stride, especially because this deck draws so much, so sometimes you will randomly win off Bala. 1 Valios, this card sucks ass. Some people love it, some people hate it. I personally hate it. Sometimes it will net you a win, but very often it's just worse than everything else we have access to. And then 2 Jumble. This is a new Premium Collection 2020 stride, and it draws you 20,000 cards. It will check top 7, call some stuff, and almost everything in this deck, when called, will go to your hand instead, and you'll just start plussing and plussing and plussing. Your first stride, you'll also have some multi-attack already, but that's not important. What's important is that you have a 20 card hand and just tell your opponent to fuck themselves. So for grade 3s, we have 1 of the old Tavas. I enjoy this card. It's a restander. It's kind of like a better Tidal Assault. So when I'm doing my Alexandros turn, having this Tavas is just fun. You may think, oh, it's a one-off. Yeah, but Jumble checks top 7. So even if you don't draw it, and again, you're going to have a 20 card hand, you're going to check top 7, you'll often find this card even at 1. Regardless, you don't need to see it, it's just a win more card. Then we have 4 Revon. This is going to be our primary ride target. Sometimes we'll grade 2 game a little and then just ride up and win. Sometimes we'll instantly want to ride up and start plussing of it, basically playing kind of like a standard game plan. And sometimes it'll just be an Excel creator and nothing else. Then we have 2 Fort Vessel. This is actually doing what Revon does, but also when you're going to stride over it. The only issue is if you're just going to ride up and do a normal standard turn, it's a bit worse. Also, it costs a CB, so you can't always use it. For Saberflow, Saberflow, my baby. If you have followed this channel since its inception, you know how much I love Saberflow. This card will draw tons. It always did draw tons. And now because of Jumbled, it's better than ever. Because Jumbled will find her in top 7. Then he will restand everything, including her, and then she will swing and draw you 2. So if Jumbled finds 2 Saberflows, you did not just go +2 to field. You went +4 to hand. That's why Saberflow is insane. Then for Tidal Assault, you can play the old one or the new one, depending on if you notice, oh, I don't have enough soul. This deck should have enough soul, but again, if you don't, go to the old one, that's fine. This card works great with Alexandros because it can swing without using its skill. Alexandros can swing, restand this, and then with all of that power on it, it can still swing twice. This works even better with the old one because he doesn't instantly lose his power then. Now we have 4 Coral Assault, just like Saberflow. Jumbled can find this, restand, and then you will still draw of it. So it's not just a +2 field, it's a +2 hand. It also just gets big. And again, normally your field will be like a Coral, double Saber, or double Coral, 1 Saber, and you'll just draw a ton of cards. Then 2 Talwar. This is a bit of a tech. In some iterations of the deck, I cut it. This will just give you Twin Drive when grade 2 gaming, which can be pretty good. However, if you don't give a damn, if the format doesn't want you to grade 2 game, cut it. If the format really wants you to grade 2 game, put in more. Then we have 2 of the old Penguin Soldier. Again, Jumbled finds this, calls this, Soul Blast to draw. You will always have Soul because of Nerissa, Coral Assault, and also our crit, but we'll get to that. Then we have 2 of the CC Penguin. Again, Jumbled will find it, and now you'll have on-demand CC. Also, it rests itself. Jumbled really wants resting rear guards, and sometimes you can't really reach that. So being able to just rest something yourself can sometimes be really good. Then we have our 4 Nerissa. Again, it's going to be on the field. It's going to go into Soul and it's going to draw you. So even though Jumbled found this, draw. Then 4 Baragios, because we do really want to find our grade 3 rides. Then we have our starter. We have 4 draw PG, 4 heal, and then the 8 typical crits we always run. Important thing about the first Premium Collection crits is that Once again, you find this off Jumbled, it's gonna go to Solemn, you're gonna draw. So Jumbled doesn't +2 to field, it pluses 3 or 4 or 2 to hand. So that's the deck. It's literally that simple. You get a stride, Jumbled sets up your field, you're gonna swing in, you're gonna draw 20,000 cards, you're gonna live through anything, make your G-Zone nice and big face up, Alexandros, and then win the game. Like this video, subscribe, and I will see you soon. Ciao.